Hey guys, and welcome to episode 61 of Football Manager 2015 with Southampton. I join you back into the 30th of September 2023, and we've got a big live commentary at home to Chelsea. Another game that's really adding to our extremely difficult first set of fixtures, of which we've taken a few hits, and it's been a tough time because we've come very close. There's a few games that we've lost in this month that I don't think we've deserved to lose, but it's just kind of the luck of the green hasn't gone our way. Hopefully it will at some stage though, because I feel we're playing well enough to turn it all around, but we just need to get into that slightly easier run of fixtures. I don't think there was any transfers since last time, because I don't think we really had the money to do anything. No, definitely not going in. Going out just a few more loans, not anything to be worried about too much. So we might as well just get straight into the fixtures. And that's what it's been like since last episode, which was really, in the league, that was our last easy game, our easier game was away at Charlton start of the season, and we won 3-1. Then we played Mansfield away from home in the Cup, and we managed to win this one 2-1. Now, we kind of made heavier weather of it than I thought we would, especially considering we did go 2-0 up. I thought we'd run away with it after 62 minutes, but we conceded to Wes Burns in the 65th minute, despite them being down to 10 men, which made it a little bit edgy. As you can see, though, they only had 2 shots in the whole game, so we played quite well. Brian Rebeo scored alongside Max Dunn scoring again, the youngster, which is positive signs. Unfortunately, you'll see in a bit that people like Rebeo and Dunn and Sinclair haven't really. Now Sinclair's been injured for a bit, and so is Dunn actually, but all of them haven't really been firing on all cylinders at the start of this season. And that's really been the reason why we're in a little bit of a rush that we're in. Freeman anyway plays Chan, Reed around the corner, Brian Rebeo strikes it home to give us a 1-0 lead. That was after around half an hour, I was thinking. It was a very good start, and it was a good goal. Well taken goal. Nice little pass around the corner by Harrison Reed as well. And that was all good. And we then made it 2-0, which was even better. Fosu Mensah into Tider, Emre Can to Reed, who lays it off. Max Dunn this time just sneaks back. Looked like he might have been offside for a little bit there, but obviously had just gotten back in. And Reed with his second assist to the game. I think he got 2 assists in this one, and therefore got the man of the match. And we got this, this is the lead up to their goal, and I thought, God, we were going to score a third here and going to seal it off. But a Harrison Reed first real touch of the game where he wasn't really up to it, and he lost the ball there at the edge of their box. And they managed to just break quickly through really pretty Route 1 stuff. Beeson ends up finding Burns. It's a poor bit of play by Ciardini, the youngster. Suppose you're to expect that from such a young guy, but it was a bit naive, and a good finish though by Wes Burns. He didn't fluster and managed to stroke it home nicely. But as you can see, we did deserve to win the game, and we advanced to the Capital One Cup third round. But then we started in our 3 consecutive disappointing and not really deserved defeats. The first one coming at home to Spurs, where we lost 1-0. Alberto Tendio with the only goal of the game, the 74th minute in this one. And it was just one of those games. You know, Tendio, it was a front post header from Christian Eriksen corner. And nobody tracked him. And it was kind of just like that, because it was in the 74th minute. And it was kind of just like that the game had kind of just gone from our grasp, despite us controlling the majority. Like, it was quite an even game, to and fro, but we had 2 clear chances to their 1. They had 3 half chances to our 2. But, you know, we were kind of well within the game, and I felt it was always going to be a 1-goal game, and they kind of got it with that front post header, which I could have gone to either team, to be honest, but it just so happened that it did go to them. Then we travelled to Villa Park to play one of now the 2 former employers, and we lost 2-1, which was a real kick in the teeth. As you can see, Jerome Sinclair was injured after 7 minutes. He was out for 2-3 weeks at the time. I think he's back on the bench for today's game, but will definitely not start and probably won't even come off the bench. Yeah, this one was really disappointing because We played well. Again, we played well. We just didn't take our chances when we needed to. Wellington scored again against us. The young guy that had just come in when I got sacked by Villa, who I thought had plenty of promise. He's showing up that every time he plays against me, he's really doing very well. So he's obviously a promising player. It just comes through to him in the end. Manfred Guts with a great interception there, but then gives it straight away. Murphy around the corner and Wellington tucks it home from Fraser Forster. And you just kind of knew when that happened, it was such an error from Manfred Guts against his former club as well, that it just wasn't going to end well. But we kind of fought hard. We kept on banging on the door, despite having zero clear-cut chances. We had, like, those half chances were actual decent enough opportunities. And we managed to finally break the kind of drought, I suppose, when our Menacas and Dunn swapped a few balls, Urbanek into our Menacas, and a good finish. Alderalino, not the finest bit of keeping I've ever seen him do, but it was a good strike, and it gave us 1-1 after 70 minutes, and I was kind of jumping for joy. But then this happened. Meyer brings it in. It was cleared away by Escobar, but eventually gets his way far too easily through to Murphy. Manfred Guts, again the culprit, really. They were appealing for offside. I wasn't buying it. I think Manfred Guts had just forgot to mark the man, and Josh Murphy scored to give them a 2-1 lead, which was disappointing because we, again, even though probably in this one the stats would indicate that we didn't deserve anything from it, we really did. We were well in the game. And this last one away at Arsenal was the biggest piss take of the lot, where we lost 1-0 through a Jesse goal in the 79th minute. Max Dunn got injured in this one. Surprise, surprise, 2 to 3 weeks for him. So I think we've only got one properly fit striker, which is Brian Rebeo, who is in actually the worst form of his life at the moment. As you can see, I'm just going to go to the match stats here first. We had 4 clear-cut chances in this one, all of them falling to Brian Rebeo, none of which he managed to score. Really, really disappointing. All of which were on target as well, but just such tame efforts, one-on-ones, and he doesn't seem to be able to take a one-on-one ever. And then to just compile it all, this happened for the winner. 79th minute, they didn't deserve it at all, and then this shit happens, I suppose, but it does happen. But it looks like possibly we might have a free kick chance to break, but no, we end up getting losing the ball high up the field here. Zuccolini, I think it's Lingard. Yeah, Lingard loses it, and they kind of come through. And it doesn't look like it's going. You really didn't know at this stage which way the highlight was going to go, and you didn't know right now that Fraser Forster was going to make a huge mistake. It actually wasn't that. But firstly, Papadopoulos doesn't track Jesse's run. Jarrett Pian hits the post. I think, okay, highlight over. But no. Nekwali and Kaderabek exchange passes. Nekwali in. Oh, shit. What have I done? What have I done? Oh, no. Sorry, I was trying to get it to pull. I hate the way it doesn't pause like when you hit the space bar. Cause I want to slow it down. Jared Priam hits the post. I think that's it. And then, okay, Kaderabek and Nekwali are about to exchange a 1-2 here. And I'm going to just bring the highlight speed down even more. So we're really going at slow motion. Nekwali puts the ball in. Fraser Forster. Oh my god. He lets the ball hit the post. It goes through his legs, because I was watched in 3D. And it goes through his legs, hit the post, and then rolls out to Jesse, who puts it in. Like, it's just so infuriating when that sort of stuff happens. I suppose we did, though, like, we advanced the the last game before the Chelsea game was back in the Cup against Stoke, who are in the Championship now, mid-table in the Championship, away from home. I managed to win the game 1-0. As you can see, Jesse Lingard this time with an injury. 3 weeks at the time, he's out for another 2 weeks. So we're being hampered a little bit by injuries, but not over excessive. And I feel our squad depth is good enough. But I do think we managed to get a bit of salvation here in this game because we did play very well and we managed to just about sneak the 1-0 win. And I suppose if I was the Stoke manager, now I'd be highlighting this as the awful kind of error of the video. But Rabeu, it looks like it's sneaking in. Begovic manages to make a save, but then just doesn't kind of follow up. And Karim Rickett, I thought at the time Brian Rabeu had bundled it home, but again, when you looked on it at 3D, it was Karim Rickett who was slide tackling Rabeu, trying to get the ball, and ended up just slide tackling the ball into the back of the net. Shane Ciardini, as you can see, was the man of the match, so good to see that the youngster, who got another run out in this one, managed to pull off a good performance. So we do have Chelsea today, and we're not in, as you can see, great form in the league. If you have a look at the league table, we're 14th at the moment, still kind of living off that victory on the first game of the season. 1 win and 3 defeats. We've scored 4 goals in the league, of which 3 of which were on the opening day, and conceded 5. If we have a look at the overall player statistics, top goal scorers, Sinclair and Dunn both have 2 each. Armenicus and Rabeu both have 1 each. Assist-wise, Reid has 2. There's 4 guys on 1 there. Average rating, Sinclair, Reid, Ciardini, Zuccolini and Dario Escobar, who's actually been really good since coming in. 5 games, 7.0 rating. Looks a bit of a find, I think, at centre-back. Manfred Guts, on the other hand, failing to impress. 2 games, 6.45 rating, so not the best from Manfred. And of course, he made those 2 blunders in the Villa game, which really hampered him. So we're going to go through to the team selection today. And this tactic hasn't been working too badly. It's slightly tinkered at the moment because actually we only have, as I alluded to earlier, 1 properly fit striker at the moment at the club. So we've dropped the complete forward support to a shadow striker and put Armenicus in there. So we've got Forster in goal, back 3 of Wisdom, Escobar and Papadopoulos, and Jorgensen playing in front of them. Urbanek, Zuccolini, Emre Can, Tider, because Lingard's out, and Armenicus playing off Brian Rabeu. That's nearly the best we're going to do. Brian Rabeu really hasn't been firing at all. I really thought he was going to be the key in this side, and he's not turning into it. 1 goal and 1 assist in 6 games. And you know what this team is missing? This team is missing a Carlos Soto, an Isaiah Brown, a Bonazzoli, a Lucas Boye, kind of just a goal scorer. Not even a striker who's going to do actually that much, but just going to put the ball in the back of the net when you need him to. That's the thing we're missing at the moment. That's where we're going to head into today's game. At home to Chelsea, and we're kicking off from left to right. With Jorgensen. And there we go. So, first 10 minutes. Fairly even. Not much happening. Chelsea having a few half-times. But here's Brian Rabeu. Oh, it's a goal. Armenicus. Oh, how has he not scored from the follow-up? Anyway, Brian Rabeu hits the crossbar early on here at home to Chelsea. I thought for a second he was going to silence my criticism of him before the game, as we've had a good start to this game. Plenty of possession. Not much in terms of actual penetration of their box or shots or anything like that, but good possession, which is always something I like to see. Rodia now plays to Florenzi. Oh no, just a basic ball in behind to Luis Suarez, and it's a good save this time by Forster. To be fair to Forster, on the whole, I don't want to seem like I'm just ranting at Forster. Suarez is going to score. Oh, what a save by Forster. But on the whole, he's actually been doing very well. He's been keeping well, a good shot stopper, but it's just that mistake against Arsenal really just ticked me off. Because it was... I think what really compounded it was the fact that because of Rabeu's 4 clear-cut chances, we really should have been 1-0 up at least, if not 2 or 3-0 up. So that kind of made it even worse, that we were losing a game that we had no right to lose at the time. And Oscar Suarez, he's not going to miss this time, is he? Forster saves it. Florenzi can't apply the finish. Even though we're staying on in this one at 0-0, you feel it's only a matter of time before they break the resistance as Junior Malanda. That is not a very good header. At least we can have a bit of breathing space here, but it's not for long. Marquez now. Tider just hoofs it long, but Malanda sweeps up. Malanda's got plenty of time now. Finds Marquez into Oscar Isco. Marquez, they're just too good for us. Florenzi, penalty, Emre Can's brought him down. Terrible terrible piece of play by Chan there. There's no real need to go in. We had 2 or 3 guys around him, and I think it's going to be Luis Suarez here who's going to try to put Chelsea 1-0 ahead in this one, and it would be a deserved lead. No, it's Eden Hazard. Saved! Fraser Forster, you saint! Eden Hazard. Yeah, best player, my arse. Oh, we're loading the highlights. Why? Oh yes, actually, I think I've put the 3D highlights on goal action. I'm just going to test it out, just experiment it, because what I found is I don't think there's actually much more. We just get to see actually what the offside calls are, and obviously we're going to see missed penalties. I didn't know that was going to be shown, but I'm just going to test it out, see if if it's kind of taken way too much time. I suppose I'll cut it out, but it's not been a bad first half. I'm going to tell them that it's really been quite encouraging. We've played relatively well, and I have faith in them to go and do it in this second half and actually sneak a goal. Well, I'm sounding very optimistic there, considering we've really struggled to score in our last few games. Like, we didn't score, of course, against Arsenal and Spurs. We did score 1 against Villa, and we scored an own goal against Stoke, which doesn't really count. Urbanek, Zuccolini. Is this going to turn into something? Armenicus. Rebeo. Bruno Zuccolini! Oh, how? Is it just me, or do those, like, one-on-one, like those tight little one-on-ones, they never seem to be able to finish them? It's so annoying, because, now I know some people miss them in real-life football, but not all of them are missed. A fair few of them are tucked away, but none of them are tucked away in this. I really don't know. There's not much to change, to be honest. I'm going to bring on Harrison Reed for Panos Armenicus. Not that Armenicus has actually played too badly, but just that I feel we might need a few bit of fresh legs behind the striker, but we certainly might need that if we're chasing a goal. If they score one here, Hazard. Oh, Wisdom gets it away. Thank goodness for that. But you can feel this is a game that it's just going to mug me off. And maybe it deserves to. Chelsea, like if I was Chelsea manager, I'd be fuming that you're not 1-0 up at the moment. But we've kind of held firm, but yet of course it's going to strike us with a blow, either now or in the last 10 minutes or something. Like, there's no way we're going to come out of this game with a 0-0 to our name. Eden Hazard, here we go. McCammon. How has that ended in the back of the net? Dwayne McCammon, 1-0. Kind of sums it up though, really, how we've been playing recently. Like, this has kind of been very similar to what's happened. Forster there, don't know what he's trying to do. He hasn't even gone to block that. There's going to be a highlight immediately, so I'll let this highlight pan out before I do anything else. There's Dario Escobar, Andre Wisdom, Urbanek. Come on, burn him. Come on, go at him. Emre Can. Good ball. Zuccolini, get on that. Okay, he's done so. Go on, Zuccolini. Urbanek. Pedo. Oh no, Zuccolini. Urbanek. Fall. Can. Whoa! Emre Can, the club captain. His first goal of the season. Well, okay, Southampton are red hot. Okay, you're overplaying it a little bit, but fantastic. A completely unexpected equaliser straight away. Zuccolini, I thought we might get a penalty at some stage because it was kind of slowing up like that. But Emre Can, what a finish that is. Gets the chance. And yes, he can score. Oh, but they're going to score immediately. McCammon, Suarez, who's injured, and yet he can still do that. Oh my gosh. It tests your patience, this game. I'll give it that. In some ways I do like the way it kind of really pushes you, but sometimes when you've worked so hard to get the equaliser and then this happens. Like, he's injured and yet he does that. Again, Forster, questionable keeping, but suppose he kept us in the game in the first half, so I can't complain too much. Let's try and do something a little bit different. We might as well, you know. It's not going to make any difference whether we lose this game 3-1 or 2-1. So we might as well try and, on the off chance, make it 2-all. That's all I can do, really. I'm still leaving the back three, so we're not overly stretched. But here we go. Florenzi, Suarez, 3-1. Game over. Signed, sealed, and delivered to Chelsea. Luis Suarez manages to bag himself a brace. Late on. Probably making up for the fact that I think he missed a few chances in the first half. Yeah, poor enough defending. Nothing Forster could do about that one. And it's Southampton 1, Chelsea 3 here. And now, come on, just... If this goes 4-1, like, that's undeserved. 4-1 is not deserved. McCammon. Good block. We're still trying to fight hard, but of course we've still got that attacking formation, which means we're stretched. Oh, how's your luck? McCammon, good save by Forster, keeping it. Like, they've had 7 clear-cut chances, so I said 7 clear-cut chances to our 1. So again, as I said before, we can't complain too much that they've actually gone out and won the game, but I just hate the way it kind of lures you into thinking that you might be able to pull something off. And then even this time, like, we went 1-0 behind, and then it gave us even more hope because we equalised immediately. And of course they score immediately after that and then wrap it up a few minutes later. I suppose that we just plod along, really. I don't think there's much actually we're doing too wrong. I think we just need a bit of a lighter run of fixtures. And hopefully we can continue playing this way because we're playing quite well. Now, I'd like to see a few more goals. I'd like to see Brian Rebeo manage to put the ball in the back of the net against a few of the weaker teams. But like, you've got to look at it and think, you know, we've had an extremely tough start to the season. Don't look back. We were unlucky, I think. I suppose some may say we weren't, but it does mean it's 4 consecutive defeats, though, despite all that. But, you know, we've got people like we've Nottingham Forest and Swansea as the next 2, and they're no gimmies actually. And now we've got City. Jesus Christ. And Fulham in the Cup, that's not too bad. But then Liverpool in the league. God, they're not giving us an easy run at the moment. Liverpool will be the next live commentary at home to them. It's a little bit over a month, but I don't want to come back for... One, I don't really want to live commentate the Capital Cup, and 2, it would only be 3 games. So we'll do the Liverpool one. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video, please do give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you already haven't. I'll see you guys later.